Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your girl Catrice and welcome to Cocktail Hour with Catrice. Listen, we're getting ready to get started for our show, but before we do, I have a few church announcements for you all. So y'all ready? Let's go. First and foremost, to get all of my updates, okay, when I'm going live, when I'm posting something in Patreon, you want to text the word cocktails to 833-495-4371. That's 833-495-4371. Now, FYI, you cannot text that number outside of the word cocktails, okay? If I get it, I can't respond to it. So please only text one time, and if you want to stop it, just press stop. That's all you got to do, okay? Secondly, feel free to join my Patreon. I post a lot of exclusive content in there, stuff that I can't post here. And if you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know, we get lit in my Patreon. We also do live streams in Patreon where I allow the panel to come up to share their point of view, and it's all confidential. Okay, so we don't like any moles in the camp. All right, you got to come over. You want to be responsible and confidential so that you can get all this great tea when I drop it. And lastly, I'm a self-published author of a book called Triumph Over Adversity, Overcome Your Church Hurt. Okay, it's available on BarnesandNoble.com and Amazon.com. I wrote it like 2016, so it's years old. I have to update it, but I think you're gonna like it. It tells you about my story within the church, the ministry, what God did and what God didn't do, and then what got allowed to happen. It's a lot, but you want to get the book so you can know why I'm the way that I am right now. I'm giving y'all all this good tea, but also my love for the Lord and for His people. Okay, that's what you want to do. You want to do that. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, that share, and that subscribe button. Share this with a friend. Share with your mom and your grand. Listen, the aunties and the grandmamas and the great-grand, they love me. They love cocktails. Okay, so share me with them so they can get all this good tea too, and they can get into the conversation. All right, I love you all, and I will see you on the show. Bye. Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's your girl, Catrice, a.k.a. Cocktails. And listen, I was not going to go live, but it's been since Sunday since I went live with you all. And I'm not home, as you all can see, but I did want to come live to share some things with you, some updates. We're going to get a little positive information up in here too, guys, because we're always talking about the negative stuff. What's going on? Kai, Grace, Collins is in the building. D. Jones, Corliss. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We're always talking about the negatives, so we're going to actually give you some positive information today. Just a little positive shout out, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to get into the mess and to the meat and potatoes. Okay, y'all ready for that? All right. So shout out to you all. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are new, shout out. We have less than 20 people left from our 2,000 subscriber mark. So shout out to the new subscribers that are on board at the Cocktail Hour. I'm really excited that you all are here. All right. And shout out to the street committee, child. I was going to go live on Patreon on Wednesday night until Wednesday morning when I got some breaking news, okay? And so to my patrons, please just bear with me. I'm trying to vet all this information. I never want to come out to you all and share with you all information that may or may not be true, okay? And so if you all are in Patreon, hopefully this week we're going to go live in Patreon so that I can show you all what's going on in Texas. Woo, child, listen, the tea is hot and the cocktail is strong. If it's true, listen, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Let me know that y'all can hear me clear. All right. The tea is hot. The cocktail is strong in Texas, child. And all I can say is the devil is a whole lot. Okay. Listen, when there's scandal going on out here in these YouTube streets and social media, you best believe that the people are going to start talking pastors and leaders. We're going to start early, child. Breaking news. Listen, if you have parishioners and members of your church who support you and love you and you do them wrong, child, they're going to come out guns blazing and all of that, okay? And so let's just say that the people are talking and they are not okay, all right? And this is not just in Texas. This is Texas, Atlanta, Los Angeles. Even somebody in Pennsylvania hit me up and I was shocked. All right. On a positive note, we're going to go through this really quickly. Shout out to the person that told me last week that I said I was going to do a drive-by and I was there for an hour and a half. Okay. Shout out to that person that came on my to watch the replay of Sunday nights, of Sunday afternoons broadcast, and told me, you said it's going to be a drive-through an hour and a half later. Listen, this is my channel. Okay. All right. Oh, and I'll be watching part 3 of the PPP series. Y'all listen. When I tell you the cocktail is hot, and I mean the tea is hot and the cocktail is strong, child, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. The tea is hot and the cocktail is strong, honey. Because I'm like, what is really going on? I've been listening, y'all. I've been in these bushes and these YouTube streets and on social media listening. I've been like this. Look at okay. Shout out to Anthony O'Neill. Now, you know, I mentioned him at the end of 2022. Okay, I mentioned him in regards to this Cora Jake situation, how basically in a nutshell, I think that she's used him in the Clubhouse situation for the relationship conversations. Well, shout out to him. This week he was on the live with Kelly and Ryan. All right, so the YouTubers are going far. We are doing our thing. Well, they are, because he has over 500,000 subscribers. So shout out to Anthony O'Neill, the host of The Table with AO. Okay, he is a Christian man. He talks about financial literacy. I actually like his content. I just don't like his alliance. You get what I'm saying? But it's okay. All right, I don't want to be biased. I want to give credit where credit is due. So shout out to Anthony O'Neill, the host of The Table with AO, for being on live with Kelly and Ryan this past week to talk about financial literacy. Okay. All right, so let's get on to our topic for today. Let me pull my stuff up, just a lot. All right. Really, on a funny note, y'all. Did y'all see the video that I posted the other day of Dr. Brian Mosley? He was a keynote speaker for Brian Carn's January revival. Let me tell you something. Dr. Mosley is content gold for me. All right. I was going through a little bout of depression, and that man of God, just looking at him and watching him interact with the people and interacting and singing like he's in a quartet. Listen, he just lit up my life. So shout out to Dr. Brian Mosley for giving cocktails a good laugh and a good kiki. Okay. I needed that this week. I needed some uplifting. All right. And so shout out to people that be praying for me as well. But Dr. Brian Mosley, I sat up for hours at one point. I was putting the videos together, just laughing and giggling. I'm not making fun of the man of God, but I will tell you that, you know, his hairpiece really lights up my life. All right. And so shout out to Brian Carr for bringing I didn't know nothing about the man of God. Okay. So shout out to Brian Carr. You know, listen, man of God, I love you now. He brought a little joy into my life. All right. And did you all see the clip where Dr. Mosley said, he was singing that song, I told you once, I told you twice, you can't get into heaven with another man's wife? Listen, he said, I'm a witness. I was done with him at that point, child, but he is content gold. So shout out to Brian Carn and Dr. Mosley for doing their Thug Dizzle on this week. All right. Yeah, there's been a lot going on this week. This week for social media has been a lot for me. All right. So shout out to you all that have been sticking there with me and being patient. I work full time. Hey, what's going on, Yobi? I work full time. I see clients, and then I do this content creation thing, and it's a lot. I'm still looking for an assistant, a good one. I have an assistant for my other gig, but she can't help me with this, okay? Because she's already getting overwhelmed, and so I've had to actually buckle down and do more work with her so that she stays on track. All right, let's get to it for today. Yesterday, so we talked about that. Yesterday, Michelle Loud went live. And now I did not have I did pop into the live, but I did not have an opportunity to watch the entire live. But she did give an update. I will be listening to that probably sometime tomorrow, maybe before or after the PPP part 3 on Tasha K Live. But she did give an update about Jason and everything that's been going on. And so I have received word from the street committee that they've been watching it and their heart is still pouring out for her. We are still justice for Jason. Hashtag Michelle Loud here on Cocktail Hour. Okay. And so I don't want to sound biased, but you know, right now, my conversations that I've had with Michelle, she's on, listen, this young lady is wonderful. Okay, she's a joy on the phone. She's the same way as she is online. Very colorful. The people don't like when she cuss, child, but that's okay. They'll be okay. All right, because she's lost her child allegedly. So I have to say allegedly. She knows what the situation is, but I have to protect myself, and I've made that very clear to her what I have to do here on YouTube. But my heart does still go out for her, and so you guys keep her lifted up in prayer as she continues on this journey. As you all know, the situation is what it is, and she is still working diligently on getting her son back, and we're going to be praying for her all the way. And so we support her here. If you all are a part of Cocktail Hour, I hope and pray, especially if you are a mother. Okay, if you have children, child, if you have little ones, and God has blessed you, huh? If the Lord has blessed you with a child, then you should have some sort of compassion for this young lady. So please keep Michelle out lifted up in prayer as she goes forward and does what she has to do for baby Jason. All right, guys. Can y'all do that for me? Can y'all please help us sister out and pray for Michelle? All right. Side note. Ooh, side note, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. This whole PPP part 1 and 2 situation has gone crazy on YouTube, honey. Nicole said, yes, praying for Michelle. Yes. You know, people don't like the language that she uses. However, this is what I will say about Michelle. She's a fighter, okay? And I forgot what her sign is, to be honest with you all, but she's a fighter. And so we're going to be praying for her that God really does do a work. And listen, I pray the best for Cora Jakes as well. Okay. If what she's saying is true and this actually happened the way that she said it has happened, we are going to even pray for Cora Jakes. She needs prayer. Okay. I see a little bit of a change in her. I can tell that she's a little bit more humble. All right. I've actually wanted to post some of her content, but I've held off. Okay. Because from what I have seen, I haven't really looked at the actual post, but on the stories, because that's all I can really stand at the moment, she has not. There was a time where she was definitely taunting Michelle, in my opinion. Okay, and I don't play around when it comes down to children and infants and animals. All right, I don't play with that. So you like to abuse animals, sometimes you can't come over here. All right, like to abuse children or take children, you can't come over here. All right, we're gonna pray for you that you get delivered, but you can't do it over here. All right, children are innocent. They're very innocent. All right, and so let's keep everybody that's involved lifted up in prayer. You know, if this is true and the Lord delivers baby Jason back to his mother, Cora's going to go through a bit of depression. She's going to go through separation anxiety, but he needs to go back with his mother and his siblings. All right, y'all pray for him. But this PPP situation, woo, child. Mm, mm, mm. Whew. How do I want to say this? It's hot. I didn't put them on the thumbnail, but just know that the cocktail is so strong with the situation. And I have been watching this since 2019. So I'm comparing the notes of what I've already heard, what I've read, what I've seen with what's going on the 3-part or 4-part or 5-part series. Okay. And I'm going to tell you all this. This is not a prophecy. This is just what I'm thinking, that I believe that Daryl Moore, this is just my thought. I have no confirmation in this. I do believe that Daryl Moore will probably be featured at some point in time on the Tasha K live stream app. All right, because he is the vlogger that came out with this story back in 2019, but really went hard in 2020. And so I do believe firmly that Daryl Moore will be actually, I think he might be interviewed. That's just my assumption. So we're going to sit back and we're going to watch, because that's what I like to do. I like to watch and be nosy. All right. I'm still fairly new back on the app or whatever. Child just paid my $12 a couple weeks ago. Excuse me. It'll be 3 weeks tomorrow that I've paid my $12 again. So we're going to see what happens. All right. Praise the Lord. All right. Let me pull this up here. What y'all up to today? What are y'all doing? 24 people on the line. I hope that you guys are hitting like and share. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Okay, we like to have you here. Ooh, child. Now, I was going to say this for cocktails after dark. It seems like the people want to do a late night chat about sex. I'm thinking about shaping it with the pastors, child, because these pastors are online talking about sex. All right, I clipped Bishop. He's a young content creator slash bishop. He knows what he's doing. He clips the videos for us so that we can post them on our social media so he can get a little bit more traction. I get it. It's smart. Good job, man of God. We love you for it. So Bishop Sinegal has been online, and you all remember that situation with Bishop Sinegal and Brian Carn allegedly. The people said that Brian Carn was shucking and jiving with Bishop's wife, and it is also alleged that Bishop was not giving his wife the right hand fellowship, and I was upset about it because I was like, Bishop, come on. But at the time, he was a little bit more rotund. Maybe he wasn't comfortable in his body. Okay, he's lost some weight now. He might be interested in pulling that right hand of fellowship out and do what he got to do. But he's clipping videos talking about that. He's, I guess, abstaining. But see, this is too much. But there is a young, I think that she's young, but she might be an older pastor or minister or evangelist. Her name by the name of Kimberly Brown, and she was the pastor that went online and was cussing folk out. Okay, and she has alleged on video, and I put it in my Patreon, that she and the bishop have had a shucking and jiving session. That's what she said. It's in my Patreon. If you don't know, honey, it's over. Let me give me a little M&M. I should be eating. Y'all pray for you. Cocktails. Deliver me, Lord. Okay. Pastor Minister Kimberly Brown alleged that her and Bishop Sinegal were kicking. I wonder if it was good. That's what I want to know. Was it good, Kimberly? Let me know, girl. Like, DM me, let me know, child. Was it good or not? Okay? Because I'm nosy like that. What was don't tell me all the business, okay? Let me find out for myself. Or let D. Jones figure it out. Because D. Jones said she got a new bed and she wanted the bishop to come on through. Okay? But she has alleged that her and the bishop met up at an airport. That's what she said. Okay? Met up at an airport and they went and did their thing. Y'all pray for the bishop, child. Because if that's true, you don't want to talk about you haven't had no sex, somebody lying. I believe the bishop is not telling the truth. I believe that the bishop, as much as he's holy, he's still a man. I don't believe he's telling the truth. No. I don't believe he's telling the truth. I think that the bishop is probably dropping it low and spreading something wide. That's just from my standpoint. It's not me. And if it ever is me, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to tell y'all. I'm going to play stupid. Okay. But Bishop Sinegal has been online, and it seems like every other post is about betrayal, or this has been happening with him, and watch out for those who spite you, or all these different things. I said, Bishop, are you still bitter? Bishop, are you still bitter? Like, and admit that you're bitter, because you don't care nothing about nobody else being a victim of Brian Carn in the past. What about that other pastor who Brian Carn allegedly was messing with his wife? What about that pastor? When he was doing all that, you said absolutely nothing. But now, because it's your wife and you guys are no longer together, allegedly, I don't know that for sure, you are now on this mission. You're on this journey to talk about those who are out here betraying folks and those who are doing this and that. Like, make it make sense. Why don't you talk about the people that were hurt before? The underdog, the people that did not have a name, or the people that had a name, but they were trying to, Pierre Whitlow was his name, Pierre Whitlow and Whitlow's wife. Talk about the people that did not have a huge name, or all the connections, or all the money, or all the resources, or the network, right? But on the flip side of it, you're worried about what happened to you. It's that, see, then this is why people talk about folks being narcissistic so much, right? Because folks don't normally care about nothing until it happens to them. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny, y'all? Folks don't normally care or can relate to you until it's knocking at their front door. I don't like waiting for stuff like that, right? I like to be optimistic and I like to prepare for things. There are times when I make a misstep and I might slip, okay? But on the flip side, I like to be understanding of those who are going through, even if I'm not going through. And you were the quote unquote overseer of the KCC church. Why didn't you call him out? And this, I don't even know how he was an overseer of Brian Carnes Church. But to my knowledge, Brian Carnes' overseer was in Baltimore. And he was also an apostle. Check this out. Allegedly, he's an apostle who's been in his own scandal. His side piece went online. I watched that during the daggone pandemic. The side piece came out and was like, I was meeting the bishop after service. The bishop was leaving the church, right? Like Brian Carr. He was in there preaching, and he's sweating. You know how they do. You know, they wiping their whole body up with all this sweat. He, after the service, he would come to the room or wherever they was at, and the bishop would take a shower, and then they would get down to business. That's what the woman said. Now, I don't know if this is true, so that's why everything here is alleged. Okay? But I don't know. I'm like, how are you an overseer of Brian Carnes Church, and you have your name written on some plaque, but yet and still, when Pierre Whitlow, that situation happened, and his wife, you didn't say nothing. Now, man of God, listen, I think you look good. But we gotta keep things 100 here, okay? And if you shouldn't pick and choose, I'll say, when you want to get upset with Brian Carn, because now he up here allegedly receiving a ministry from your wife. Okay? Can you all see me? It looks like my video is frozen. Am I frozen, y'all? Am I frozen? Okay. Okay. I think I'm good. Forgive me, I'm in a hotel. All right. So, yeah, he's receiving a ministry of some sort, right? She allegedly was ministering. She was ministering in song to Brian Carr. That's what the people were saying. I would hope, personally, I would hope that she would allow Brian Carr to do what he was going to do physically, because I mean, obviously it's good. Everybody want a piece of it. That's why he probably still single, okay? Because he's giving it out. Like, I just need the men of God to. I need my computer. The men of God to have people sign an NDA before you lay down with them. Okay, can you just sign it so that you can't, you're binded by this? I want us to have a good time and enjoy ourselves, but you can't talk about this after we do it, because I have a reputation to uphold. I still got to answer to the Lord, amen. But I have a reputation to uphold, and so it would be nice of you to make sure that you sign this document here, so that I will not be up here. I will not be up here and being exposed, because I gave you some really good right-handed fellowship. She was ministering in song. Song of Solomon. Okay, that's what that was going on. All right. So that's pretty much it, y'all, with Bishop. And just every post I see, it's about. Hold on, let me pull it up, y'all. Y'all know how I like to be visual. Every time I turn around, he posting about something. Every time I was like, golly, Bishop Sinegal, Bishop Demetrius, sir, if you don't just go out, just come out here, all right, and just do your thing. Don't nobody care at this point. We don't care. We don't. Here it is. He just posted something today. Golly, he back online again. Now he's talking about the process after prophecy. It's all this shade. right? Every time you turn around now, he's talking about the process of prophecy and betrayal. You're talking about Brian Carn because you're bitter. You're mad that the man of God took your wife, allegedly. Let's just keep it 100. You are mad AF that this man of God came around and swooped in. Okay? Because I heard it's good. It's got to be good, y'all. I'm sorry. It's got to be good. Brian Carn has to have that good old right hand of fellowship because all these women are just falling off by the wayside. Did y'all see Wakanda Forever? Y'all see Wakanda Forever? I just saw it this past week for the first time, right? Did y'all? Okay, if you saw Wakanda Forever, there's a part in the movie. Now check this out. This is crazy. So there are these little creatures, right? I forgot what they're called. And at the beginning of the movie, the U.S. was trying to invade the territory, I guess, to get to the vibranium, right, from Wakanda. But they were in the water. And these little creatures were basically like singing this song. And the folks that were on the boat, on the ship, were jumping off. That's Brian Carn. That's Brian Carn. Brian Carn is out here with the trumpet. He's out here with the shofar. And he's out here with the shofar saying, ladies, if you really want some good right-handed fellowship, I'm your man. I even told Avatar Gray, girl, because we all heard about that situation with her husband, Lord. God bless her heart. You know, it takes a real woman to be with a man that is, you know, that's love. Because I'm sorry, one of my stipulations is it's got to be a decent size for me. Okay? And obviously, Brian Prophet Carn has got that fire. Or I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. All right? Listen, and I think he's short too. You know, sometimes the short men, you know, sometimes they have to fire. I'm just here to report the news. That's it. All right. And I'm letting y'all know from experience. Not much. You don't beat me up. But I'm here to tell you what, I believe the Prophet Carn may have that fire. I'm not going to be like some people on here lying, saying that I'm his wife. Did y'all see that back in the day? By the way, real quick. Did y'all see that one person online that was saying that she was married to Prophet Carn? And at first I believed it. I was like, you really married to Prophet Carn? Child, do tell. Lies. Then they said he has a baby. I said, I don't believe that stuff now. Now that part, that part I don't believe. I do not believe that part. I don't believe that he's married, nor does he have children. I don't believe those two things. Now, do I believe that he is a little bit of a freak? Yes. Do I believe that he's out here giving men's wives the right hand? Yes. Okay. Do I believe that he was out here with the bishop's daughter? Yes. But married with children, I don't believe that. I have to see it for myself. All right. He does. Well, I think he does it in a very passive aggressive manner. Okay. The Bishop Sinegal will come online, and you have to remember these men are still in their 30s. Okay. They are not there. To me, that's not, it's grown, but it's not grown, right? I'm 40. So when they're doing this back and forth thing, I'm getting to the point now where if I have a problem with you, I'm coming right to you. Here's the situation, right? But and this is in my personal life. Like I had a situation that happened just today, and I had to, you know, in the past I was just, you know, okay, let's just keep the peace and let things slide. No, okay. Call me Peter today because I was going in, and I had to let the person know this is becoming a problem for you, and you're really insecure, and I need you to get a grip. Love you. We still gonna be cool because we're grown, right? But I gotta tell you how it is because you're starting to get on my nerves with this foolishness. And she received it, and then she wanted to dap me up, and I said, no, maybe next time, but today, no, I'm good. All right. Let's just call it what it is. Go. Why don't y'all sit down and go meet at Starbucks? Y'all don't drink, okay? Go to Starbucks and meet. Say, man of God, you slept with my wife. Now, I should jump over this table and beat you over the head with this chair, all right? But the Lord has blessed me, and I want him to do more with my ministry, so I'm not going to do that, all right? But in the meantime, make that your last time messing with somebody else's wife. And by the way, you shouldn't have messed with Pierre Whitlow's wife either, allegedly. That's what he should have did. No, he online talking about an open letter to Brian. Who does an open letter? When you have his phone number, call him up. And then come online and say, this is what I did today. And I'm here to tell you all, because I followed the biblical principle about, you know, having an ought against my brother. I went to him and I had a conversation. We sat down as men. We hashed it out as men. I still don't like his ways, but we talked about it. And now I'm here to tell the public what happened and what the result is. It's not that daggone. Why are they acting like a bunch of, I don't want to say that word. They're getting on my nerves, child. They're getting on my nerves. Okay. So y'all keep Bishop Sinegal in your prayers, that he starts to man up just a little bit, right? Bishop Sinegal, get some tough skin about yourself, sir. Okay, man up a little piece and talk to Brian Carr and get you are just like a scorned woman on social media talking about this is why I don't like being in a relationship. Then don't be in one. If you mad with the man of God, say, man of God, we need to have a conversation. But get offline and stop doing it and stop throwing little subliminals like children. Jesus. Stop blowing throwing out subliminal messages to the people. Like they're supposed to care that you upset with Brian Carr because he gave your wife the right hand of fellowship, which you should have been doing. If she wouldn't have had to leave out the house if you was doing what you had to do at home. Amen. Shoot. She would have stayed right there. But my man was sitting the right way. I ain't going nowhere. Unless I know he out there messing around and I feel like I got to mess around because he messing around. That happens too. But if the man is giving a woman what she needs in the house, she's not going nowhere. She only goes out for a couple of reasons. He might be cheating, he might be lying, or he's not giving her the right hand. Come on, y'all. Let's be honest. All right? Let's be honest about this thing. Bishop was allegedly not giving his wife the right hand of fellowship. What y'all think about that? Shout out to the 39 of you all in the chat and watching. If you guys are new, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribe. We love to have you here. All right. All right, Texas. You know, when I started covering this whole Michelle Loud, Cora Jake situation, I knew this would be we would be in it for the long haul. I knew that. I did not think that this story was so convoluted. I did not think for a second that this story was so convoluted. Don't make a testimony song out of how you feel. Right. Jesus, look at this. Listen, Corliss, I can't. So with this whole Michelle Loud and Cora Jake's baby Jason situation, I never thought that we would be here. Never thought we would be here in almost February 2023, but we're here. And behind the scenes, I told you all I have a pretty busy schedule, but I receive a lot of messages, all right? And you would think, personally, I didn't know much about TPH. I didn't know much about this church, going in. I just knew about, the bishop and get ready. And, they're just popular and they're famous and they have money. That's all I really knew. He walks around without a Bible. I did know that. But I did not know that I would be sitting here receiving information about scandal, payoffs, and I'm not going to go public with it because that would be just like the whole situation we were talking about at the beginning of this whole series about the traffic situation. I was careful about that. I had to be careful because I am fully aware that people watch this channel. I'm fully aware that people have tried to clock me. Okay. I'm trying to be careful when I'm talking about this particular situation. I'm fully aware that I actually had somebody that was outside of my apartment, all because of Texas and one situation in Maryland, which I was over that situation. So this week I will be going live in Patreon. This is it's only for protection. Okay. And this is what I'm saying to you all. It's for protection for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is this whole Texas situation. So let's go back. Let's go back. About God, I wish that so and so was on here. She would be able to vouch for me with this part. About 3 years ago, it was mentioned on YouTube that it's going down in Texas. That was the title, I guess, of a portion of a live that was going on, and we were to subscribe to Patreon to figure out what was going on in Texas, and we never found out what was going on. Well, then I started picking up this particular Michelle Loud situation, and I started getting information about Texas that I did not think I was going to get. Okay. Some of it was funny. Okay. If you guys at the early part of my Patreon, you will know about Paw and all that. And I still cackle about that to this day. But I did not know that the information that I would receive would be detrimental to so many people's lives. Fast forward. There are, and I can't talk about one situation right now because I have to wait until other people go public with it first. So that's number one. I got to tell you all, I got to keep it 100. I am not allowed to talk about one situation until a case is done and then they go public with it. Let's just say that when you all think that people are not working, like I think that when subscribers watch social media and people that vlog, they just assume that, we hop on and we tell you guys everything, and when we get it, it's breaking news, and I gotta just run and tell you. There's some things you can't talk about right away. And there's also people that think, oh, well, how can she be fighting for her child? She's not making any progress. She's not making any leeway, right? She's not making any major steps. What's going on? Or better yet, we have a young man that has passed away, and we're still concerned as to why he's passed away. Why in the world and how in the world did this man pass away right after some events took place not even 5 years ago? It's a lot going on in Texas, more than what I assumed that would be. It's also interesting to me as a person that lives in Maryland, how much I know about Texas that I've only visited one time when I was an adolescent. I think I know more about Texas than I do Maryland at this point. It's scary. All right. So I'm working on some things. There's a couple of people that are watching now that know what I'm working on, but a lot of people don't know. I know one person in particular is here. She might know, but I'm not going to mention any names. But I know a lot about Texas without visiting anytime recently. Okay. And so I am going to go live. My goal is to go either Wednesday or Thursday live in Patreon. I'm going to share with you all exactly. I have to tread carefully. Absolutely. So I'm going to go live in Patreon. Here's why. The Texas story actually coincides with another story that's going on present day. That's all I can tell you. The Texas story is so convoluted that when I got some information, but I was listening to something. And I was sitting at my desk and I was working, and God deals with me in the way where I'm like I'm very animated in real life. My sister actually can't stand it. Okay. If you guys don't know, I have a twin sister, and she's always shaking her head at me like, what are you doing now? What's going on at the church? But I'm very animated in real life, even when I'm by myself. And so I'm at my desk one day this week, and y'all know I like to do my props. So I'm sitting there with my glasses on, and I'm typing away, child. I'm just working. And I'm listening to something, which I'm going to play for you all this week. And I said, that's it. Y'all, all I can say is, hey, Lori Bruce, so what's going on, babe? Girl, listen. And it's amazing that I've been, I started this channel in 2018, and I've been keeping my ear to the streets the entire time that I've been on social media, right? I remember that one of my former Periscopers actually told me about, different channels that were covering the church. And she said, you really need to, listen to this. As a matter of fact, it was when Jamal Bryant went to New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. And in the video, I called it New Life. And the New Birth Church people they were digging in my tail. It's New Birth. And I'm like, sorry. But it's amazing how things come full circle. I also was contacted by another vlogger here on YouTube. And they told me that they really enjoy my commentary, but to be careful. I said, woof, is that a threat? Oh, Jesus. Woof, is that a threat? And they said, no, it's not a threat. It's just, you are starting to walk in uncharted territory. And the more that you talk and uncover, the more people will start to get nervous. And I said, every time a man or woman of God stands up to proclaim the word of the Lord, hell gets nervous. And that's okay. All right? Hell gets nervous. So I am not afraid. I keep telling you guys that. But let's just say that there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of people involved, a lot of money. All right? And the body of Christ is tainted, in my opinion. The body of Christ is tainted. It is full of blood, full of debris, full of trash, and we got to clean up the murky water. All right. And so the only way that I know how to do that is to tell the truth and to come live by doing it. All right. Now, this is the kicker, and I'm going to make this disclaimer very public. When I go live in my Patreon this week, if my content is taken, my audio is taken anywhere, I will be doing copyright strikes. All right. I will be doing that. So please be mindful of taking things out of people's Patreons, okay? You pay for people's Patreons to get the tea and to get the gossip, but you do not do it to take the content, even if it's audio, to do whatever you want to do with it. That's their information. I'm in people's private communities. I've never taken their information, and I've never disseminated it again to my audience. I might take some stuff from Instagram or, a public YouTube channel or video, but I've never taken any information out of anyone's private community. People pay for that. It is exclusive. All right. So please be mindful of that. Please also be mindful. Let me just tell you all this too, because there was a Patreon video that was done like 2 weeks ago, and now the audio is just going out, about this PPP thing. And I was actually really, I felt disheartened about that, because I said, that's a person's private community. That's their safe haven. And they want to be able to talk to their subscribers that invest in that private community. Okay. I don't believe it. Listen, I don't care how much you don't like a person or believe a person is innocent or guilty. You should never just take their information and their content and disseminate it, especially if it's private. All right. So please, please, please be mindful of that. Please also be mindful that we have email addresses in Patreon. We can block people in Patreon, okay? And let's just say that people tend to tell on themselves a little bit too much. So please be mindful of that when I post this video, this live stream this coming week, that you all do not take any information out of my Patreon. I will find out who has done it, and I will block you. Period. I will block you. All right, because I want to give my private subscribers something that they are paying for. All right, and we're gonna shoot the thing, and I'm gonna give y'all what I got, and hopefully, it's sad again, but I'm fair. I'm very fair. I'm just gonna share with you all the information that I have. I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to share my sources, of course. You guys, all my sources, no, I don't share sources. I don't do that. But I'm going to share with you the information that I have. And we're going to have a little dialogue about it. And so I would encourage each and every one of you all to come ready to pop in. I'm going to put the link in the chat so that you all can come up. You don't have to put your real name or your picture up there. You can put that your name is, Harriet Tubman or something, you know, like I don't really care. But just come in and share your thoughts, and we're gonna go from there. All right. But again, it will be in Patreon only. I do not feel comfortable discussing this Texas situation in public. So please be mindful of that when you all pop into the live on this coming week. All right. So let's recap really quickly, and I'm going to log on off because it's a Saturday night and I need to go to dinner. I'm on location today. I'm doing a project. I'm really excited about it. So actually, I've been here since yesterday. So I'm really excited. Y'all keep your girl in prayer. All right. So number one, I'm going to go back and watch the Michelle Loud stream that she did yesterday. She actually, I think she did 2 videos, but only 1 saved, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys, please make sure that you all are supporting her if you believe what her story is true. I personally, based upon how your girl is moving and talking about CJ, how she's moving, come on. I mean, we're not stupid here, but I think that she's coming around. I think that she realizes that time might be almost up. Okay. And that this young lady is in, she's not stopping to get her son back. I think that the biggest lesson that I'm taking away from social media and the church at large is, what do they say? Cash is king, right? And so when you have money and you have a certain level of influence and clout, you can go anywhere and do whatever you want to do. Okay. Which is, it's a good thing, but it also can be a negative for the people that are trying to obtain, you know, their belongings or their loved ones or situations back honestly when they don't have the same resources. And so keep her lifted up. Please, I want to put her, let me see if I can put her GoFundMe real quickly. Y'all give me 1 second. If you also choose, I've asked her for it before. I just don't think that she wants to feel like she's always giving it out, but I'm going to find it. Here it is right here. And I'm going to post it in the chat. All right. I'm not going to ask you all to give me anything. I'm going to ask you all to please, if you so choose, to sow into Michelle Loud this, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week when you get paid. Okay. $5, $20, whatever it is, give this to this young woman who is trying to get her son back so that she can bring Jason home. All right. I don't know why it's not letting me copy. Okay, I got it now. Let me just put this in the chat. Is Joby still in the house? Okay, I just put it in the chat for you all. I'm going to actually pin it. Okay. That is Michelle Loud's GoFundMe. You all please consider giving to this young lady. All right. We are still justice for Jason. Hashtag Michelle Loud here. Pray for her as she's going through murky waters herself, you know. So please consider giving a couple of dollars. She did not ask me to do that. I just chose to do it because I've been asking for the link, and I'm like, let me just go online and pull it out. Also, I want to give a very special shout out to The Table with AO, Anthony O'Neill. He is a content creator here on YouTube, and he was featured on the Live with Kelly and Ryan show. Really excited for him, despite his affiliation. But I'm really excited for him because as a YouTuber and content creator myself, it encourages me to keep going and pressing forward and to keep working, because this content creation is not easy. All right. I like to have a personal life, child, and date. And it just doesn't give you any room to do anything, child. Oh, Jesus. But anyway, y'all just pray for your girl as I am going forward. Also, we're going to talk about my friend Laz. Y'all pray for Bishop Demetrius Sinegal and Prophet Brian Karn, as we need to pray that they can get together and really do some amazing things with one another, okay? And not sexually. We're talking about talking things out like two men about the situation that has happened, and that it's really mostly Sinegal that uses social media to get at Brian Karn, okay? I watch it all, honey. And child, Brian Karn is in the middle of some quartet revival, okay? Because he's in a whole quartet group along with Prophet Kofi. I don't really know who that is, but I know he's African. With Pastor Buchanan, Charles Buchanan, and with my friend, my special, listen, this man saved my life this week, okay? Dr. Brian Mosley, who has lit up my life and has restored my faith, all right? And in the older saints, all right? Because he is content gold for your girl cocktails. I love him. I love this man. I'm gonna shake this man's hand too. I'm coming into Jersey, sir. I love this man. I even spent like about an hour talking to my friend about it. Like, this guy is amazing. Okay. Let me just listen to this, y'all. Hold on. Listen to this. This is fun. This is on my page. If you're not on my Instagram, go to my Instagram page, chat. Whew, listen to this. Listen. Y'all listen. This is Brian Mosley. Listen, glory. Yes, God. I told you once, told you twice, you can't get to heaven with another man. I'm a witness. Yes, God. Tell it for me. Hey. Yes, Lord, listen. This man right here, he said he's a witness. Listen. Dr. Mosley has lit up my life. He has restored my faith in the older saints. Praise the Lord. That man is content gold. And then he got the little hairpiece child with the closure top. Child done. He went from that my friend called it the Ricky Ricardo swoop. He had his hair covered right here. He had all this done, and it was swoop like that, and he was shaking like that, and his hair was going, child. I was dead. I was like, look, Dr. Mosley, stop. You're giving me too much, sir. You're giving me too much. Just calm it down, okay? You're giving me too much. I can't handle it. Do stop being silly. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. Listen, you have to have some time to just laugh, okay? Like, you have to have some time to just laugh and reflect and thank the Lord. This is why I can't go to church like that, y'all, because I cut up. I do. I can't. But I might not cut up when I go to, if I visit certain churches. You get what I'm saying? I gotta be dignified. Jesus. Anyway. And what else is the last thing? I think that's it. Oh, the Texas situation. Let me give y'all a hint, and I'm closing out. The Texas situation has to do also with Pastor Keon D. Henderson. My God, I said, look, what is going on with the church? Jesus. Child, it's too much. And then when I put the things together, I said, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. What you mean? And other people, but I'm just giving y'all. That's why Keon is on the thumbnail. Okay, it's Jakes, it's Henderson, and two other people. Jesus is soon to come. I'm telling y'all, Jesus is soon to come. Mm-hmm. I said, these people just they're getting under my skin, child. They're getting under my skin. What are y'all doing to these people in Texas? Just one big scandal. Just messy. Okay? See, I pray for the people of God, child, that they get saved while they still have time. All right? They need to get saved. They need Jesus. They need salvation. Okay? People everywhere that's involved, all the people, all the parties that are involved in this, they need Jesus. Okay? They need salvation. They need salvation. Y'all, they need to pray. The Lord is coming near with this mess. I don't listen. All I know is this. If this stuff is true, because it's all alleged, if this stuff is true, the stuff that I've received, and I have received a lot. I'm gonna ask that one subscriber, can I share the information that she shared with me? I'm gonna ask her that. I have a couple of people that constantly give me stuff. I'm gonna ask for permission for my private Patreon. So if you're watching, please DM me. You know who you are. If I could start showing some information, because I don't think that you all understand the extent of what is going on in Texas or what has happened in Texas. I still have to reach back out to Brandon Coleman's mom. I have to apologize to her. I have been very, very busy, so I have to apologize to her. But spoke to his parents. There's just a lot that goes on behind the scenes, you all. And I don't want to be one of those vloggers that just pops online and just gives you all anything because I need money. No. And I don't want to do that. That is not me. Okay? So I want to give you all valid information. I want to give you all information that I've vetted, all right? Or vetted a little piece. I don't want to just give y'all, I don't want to give y'all nothing either. I want to give you something. All right. So I want to ask a couple of people that have already provided me with information. Can I start to share that? Because I think you all will understand a little bit more what's going on once you see what's out there. Okay. And so if you're not in Patreon, I suggest you get there. Okay. I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week to broadcast privately and live in Patreon. After I am done, there will not be a replay. There will not be. I might replay it one time, but I'm not going to replay everything. I'm not right. Come on, dipping and diving. I love it. Y'all be saying my words. I love it. Yes. They're doing way too much dipping and diving and doing it. Okay. And here's the other piece to that. They're dipping and diving and doing it, but because of the money, they're not even really discreet about it. Isn't that something? They are dipping and diving and doing it with no fear. I'm like, y'all just out here just shucking and jiving, child. Just shucking and jiving. Jesus, I ain't get listen. When I was in the no one closed, but when I was in the ministry, I took ministry very seriously to the point where when I did something that I thought was wrong, I struggled. I felt so guilty. I promise you all that. I felt so guilty and so ashamed. I did. I felt horrible. I don't know how these people live with themselves. I don't know. I really don't know. Not when it comes down to the things of God. That's why I think I try to clean up my channel a little bit because, the cocktails that was before was cussing a lot. Hey, Tanisha, what's going on, babe? I was cussing a lot, child. Okay. I was just out here. Now that's my girl for the 20 years. She just popped on here on this link. She knows how I am. All right. We just talked yesterday. Child. Listen, no filter. Okay. The people that are really close to me, they know. But when I was in ministry, I was saved for real. I was saved. I mean, even if I had to slip up once or twice, or 3 or 4 times. I ain't gonna lie, but it was a couple times. But when I would slip up, I would feel guilty and I would feel horrible about it. And I would repent. I mean, I'm talking about just like, God, I am so sorry. What is wrong with me? Like, I just need help. Right? These people just have no shame. No shame. And here's the other part. Then I'm a log on. This is my Baptist clothes. I had met some some new YouTube, some new subscribers. They're now on my YouTube page. But I was sitting there talking, and I was talking about the situation that someone had shared with me in private. And, just trying to get people to understand, like, what I'm dealing with when it comes out to the church. And she said, oh, yeah, I heard about that. How do you hear about it? She said, oh, people know that's what they like. That's what they do. Now, where's Jesus in that? No shame. As a woman who was in the, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I would sit myself down on the regular. If I was out there messing around, child, I wouldn't take communion. I would sit myself down. I'm not touching nothing that was holy, because in the Old Testament, God killed those for touching what was holy. The Ark of the Covenant, those young men died trying to touch that Ark of the Covenant. So why would I try to touch God's people, or handle a Holy Communion, or handle counseling someone if I'm not in the right place as a Christian or pastoral counselor? Why would I do that? See what I'm saying? No fear. None whatsoever. I just don't get it. And then they invite people. Oh, I'm about to tell. I can't tell that part. I can't tell that. But they allow people that are not saved to see it. That's all I'm going to say. I can't say nothing to child. I'm about to tell the tea. Oh, Jesus. I'm about to tell the tea, child. I don't want to tell the tea. I can't do it. But they allow the non-believers, the people that need to come into the fold, to see that. Because they want to be cool. They want to be fun. They want to be, new and contemporary and up to date. No. If you are a pastor or minister of the gospel, you need to seek the Lord while he may be found by you, and do what's right in the sight of God and others. I'm talking right today, y'all. I'm talking right. Okay? There we go. Just send me a text. All right? Like, serious, I know I'm talking right today. Shoot. People getting on my nerves, child. Don't even have no respect for the Lord or themselves. Just the ghetto. All right, so I'm getting up off of here. I've already given y'all my Baptist and my Kojic clothes. And now here is the AME. I'm out. All right. Y'all pray for me too, because Jesus, listen. That might be like another. I'm not gonna give y'all another tea. I'm gonna just put it on my regular Patreon, because we're not gonna do that. Y'all, the patrons is gonna know. I might give y'all my personal tea from the week. Child. Let's just say that there is, what do they say? 6 degrees of separation. Isn't that what they talk about? And that you are only 4 or 5 people away from somebody else. It happened this week, child. I said, oh my God. Y'all pray for me. My life. Okay? My life, y'all. I'm always getting myself wrapped up in something, child. All right, y'all. I love you all. Please be safe. Oh, also, please remember, if you have time, if you have $2, $5, $20, please consider giving to Michelle Loud's Patreon. Again, she did not ask me to do this. I just want to make sure that this young lady has what she needs for her legal fees. All right, you guys, please keep her lifted up in prayer. Pray for everyone that's involved that we talked about today. And hopefully I will see you all again soon. Again, I'm going to put up a post this week. We're going live in Patreon. So you do not want to miss that post. You do not want to miss that live stream, because I might not keep it up. Y'all don't play with me. I might not keep it up. I might just broadcast. It's probably going to be about 7:30-ish. We're going live, and I'm going to put the link in the chat, so that if you all are interested in coming up, that you all are. Thank you so much, Core Liz. Thank you, D. Jones. Y'all, thank y'all. Bless y'all for coming in. Listen, I might not keep it up, because I want to make sure that the people that are really interested, they get the information. All right. And so when you see that link go up, you see that thumbnail go up, y'all better make sure that you on time, get your snacks, get some water, get some juice. I personally have been taking a little bit of a break from the cocktails, because she's trying to slim my chair. Okay. I'm snatching somebody's granddaddy this summer. Okay, don't play with me. All right. So I gotta get it right, get it tight. All right. And so you all be looking out for that. And I will see you all again this week. I love you all. Be safe. And listen, keep the people in prayer, y'all. All right. Love y'all. Bye.